As the day drew to a close, the sun began its gentle descent, painting the world outside in a breathtaking palette of orange, pink, and gold. Its warm, golden light spilled through the tall, old windows of Mr. Gable's cozy toy emporium, casting long, magical shadows across the wooden floorboards and filling every corner with a soft, enchanting glow. The shop, usually bustling with laughter and the patter of little feet, now felt like a secret world, wrapped in the hush of evening. The sun's rays touched the rows of wooden soldiers, their painted faces shining with pride, and the plush teddy bears, who seemed to snuggle closer together in the warmth. Each toy, from the smallest spinning top to the grandest rocking horse, basked in the gentle embrace of the setting sun, as if they too were saying goodbye to the day. In a quiet corner, almost hidden among the shelves, sat Kiki, a small, bright yellow kite with a paper heart and a tail of rainbow ribbons. She rested quietly, her colors glowing in the last light of day, as if she were waiting for something wonderful to happen. Kiki's rainbow tail shimmered and danced in the fading sunlight, each ribbon catching the light and sparkling with hope. Her paper heart fluttered ever so slightly, full of dreams and wishes that only grew stronger as the sky deepened into twilight. Every evening, as the world outside transformed from bright blue to a deep, mysterious purple, Kiki gazed longingly through the window. She watched the clouds drift lazily by, imagining what it would feel like to ride the wind, to soar high above the rooftops and treetops, and to see the world from the sky's wide embrace. Sometimes, when the evening breeze slipped through a crack in the window, it would lift Kiki's tail just a little, making her dream even more vivid. She imagined the wind as a gentle friend, ready to guide her on a grand adventure beyond the shop's walls, where she could dance among the clouds and feel the thrill of freedom.
I wish I could feel the cool touch of the clouds and the endless freedom of the open sky, not just watch from this shelf day after day. I want to know what it's like to fly, to twirl and spin and chase the wind wherever it goes.
As the last customer left and Mr. Gable turned the sign to closed, the shop grew quiet, wrapped in the gentle hush of evening. The toys settled into their places, the air filled with the soft scent of wood and old paper, and the golden light slowly faded into a peaceful dusk. But for Kiki, this was the most magical time of all. When the world outside was still and the shop was silent, her heart brimmed with hope. She closed her eyes and wished with all her might, believing that one day her dream of flying would come true. The moon rose high above the rooftops, casting a silver glow through the shop window. Stars began to twinkle in the velvet sky, and Kiki imagined herself soaring among them, her rainbow tail trailing behind her like a comet, lighting up the night with color and joy. Her dream was her greatest treasure, a melody of hope that played quietly in her heart, never fading, even in the darkest hours. And as the night deepened, Kiki held on to her wish, certain that someday she would feel the wind beneath her wings and discover the magic of the open sky. The shop was full of friends, each with a story. Melody, the ballerina, twirled in her music box, believing in dreams. Jacko, the jack-in-the-box, was grumpy and doubted Kiki's hopes.
Kites in a shop don't fly. We sit, we wait. That's the life of a toy.
Patch, a pile of mismatched puzzle pieces, offered odd but wise advice.
Every piece has a place. Sometimes you just need a new angle to see where you fit.
Kiki listened to Melody's encouragement, Jacko's doubts, and Patch's wisdom. She knew Jacko was probably right, but Melody's belief and Patch's words made her heart flutter with hope. One windy night, Kiki sighed, longing to fly.
I wish I could go out there. I can feel it tonight.
Jacko's box creaked open.
Flying is nonsense. We're meant for shelves, not skies. The wind would tear you apart.
His words stung, but then Melody's music began to play.
Don't listen to him, Kiki. A dream is a song inside you. The wind is your partner in the dance.
Kiki watched Melody spin, her words a warm blanket against Jacko's doubts. She realized she could choose believe the grumbles or the music. Kiki chose the music. She would keep her dream alive. Determined, Kiki scooted to Patch for advice.
Patch, how do I fly? How do I get from here to up there?
To catch the wind, you must have a sail. To get higher, you must climb. Sometimes, the way out is through the open blue.
The advice was a jumble, but Kiki pieced it together. She was a sail, the shelves were mountains, and the window was her sky. She now had an idea, a plan to reach the wind. Kiki's first attempt was to climb, using a red yarn dangling from a high shelf.
With effort, I hooked the yarn and pulled myself up.
She made it halfway, seeing the whole shop below. But when she let go, she drifted down into a pile of stuffed bunnies. Her next idea, use a big red rubber ball under the ceiling fan.
If I can get to the top, I can jump. It'll be like a little hill.
She pushed the ball into place, climbed up and leaped, missing the fan blade and landing with a soft poof.
Oh, be careful, Kiki.
Jacko's laughter echoed, but Kiki wasn't defeated.
Every failed attempt is just a lesson for the next try.
One night, a storm turned the sky dark and angry. The wind howled, rain battered the windows, and thunder shook the shop. The toys grew restless. Even Jacko was silent.
I shivered, not from excitement but fear. This wind was wild.
Lightning flashed, casting spooky shadows. The storm grew stronger, thunder booming overhead. Suddenly, a tree branch crashed against the shop, rattling open a small window high above. A wild gust of wind blew in, knocking over games and swirling dust.
I pressed into my corner, scared but fascinated. The wind I dreamed of was finally here.
The fallen branch broke a window and scraped electrical wires. Sparks flew, igniting a small flame near old newspapers. The fire grew, smoke curling toward the ceiling.
Fire S3O.
We're trapped. We're all going to burn.
The heat and smoke spread quickly. Panic filled the shop, but Kiki saw the open window and the wild wind, a way out. A spark of courage ignited in her heart. She knew what she had to do.
I can get out! If I just believe in myself, maybe, just maybe I can make it. The window is open, the wind is strong, and I feel it calling me. I have to try, even if it seems impossible. This is my chance to help everyone. I can't let fear stop me now. The wind can carry me. I can feel its power swirling and lifting, almost as if it's inviting me to join it. If I trust the wind, maybe it will take me where I need to go. I have to believe that I'm light enough, brave enough to let it lift me up and out.
Don't be a fool. It's too dangerous. The wind is wild tonight, and you could be swept away or worse. Please, think about what you're doing. We can find another way. Don't risk everything on a gust of wind. You'll be torn to pieces. The wind doesn't care who you are. It can rip you apart in an instant. You're just a kite, fragile and small. Please, don't do this.
She's right, it's our only chance. If Kiki doesn't try, we might never get help in time. Sometimes you have to take a risk, even if it's scary. We believe in you, Kiki. Go for it. You can do it, Kiki. We're all counting on you. Remember what Patch said. Be brave, be the wind, and let your heart guide you. We know you can make it.
Kiki didn't hesitate. With every ounce of courage she could muster, she faced the open window and the roaring wind. She remembered all the times she'd flown before, but this was different. This was for everyone. Her heart pounded, but she was ready. She pushed into the wind, which lifted her from the floor. The force was almost overwhelming, but she held steady, letting the wind guide her. For a moment, she felt weightless, as if she was part of the storm itself. For a moment, she soared inside the shop, her tail streaming behind her. The world blurred past as she dodged shelves and toys, feeling the rush of air and the thrill of flight. She was moving faster than she ever had before. She aimed for the open window, remembering Patch's advice, be a sail. She focused on catching the wind just right, angling her body to glide smoothly toward freedom. Every second counted. With a final gust, the wind pushed her through the window and out into the stormy night. The cold air hit her, but she didn't falter. She was outside, finally free, and the city stretched out below her. Outside, she was a beacon of color in the dark sky. The storm raged around her, but her yellow tail glowed bright, a signal of hope for anyone watching below. She danced on the wind, determined to be seen. She flew over Main Street, catching the eye of a firefighter. The bright yellow against the stormy sky was impossible to miss. The firefighter's face lit up with realization. Someone needed help.
Stop! Turn around! There's a fire at the old toy store. We need to get there now. Someone's in trouble. Hurry!
Kiki had done it. She brought help. Against all odds, her courage and determination had made the impossible possible. The city would remember the night a little yellow kite became a hero, soaring bravely into the storm to save the day. The firefighters arrived just in time, their boots splashing through puddles as they rushed to the little toy shop. With practiced hands and determined faces, they battled the flames that threatened to swallow the dreams inside. The night air was thick with smoke, but their courage shone brighter than the fire itself. When the last ember faded, the shop stood, scarred but safe. The toys, each with their own story, had been rescued from the brink. Melody, the gentle teddy bear, Jacko with his mischievous grin, and Patch, always ready for adventure, were all safe. They huddled together on the shelf, grateful and a little awestruck, but they knew who to thank. It was Kiki, the brave little kite, who had sounded the alarm and brought help when it was needed most. After the storm had passed and the world was quiet again, Mr. Gable stepped outside to survey the aftermath. There, on the rain-soaked pavement, he found Kiki. Her once bright colors were now faded, her paper wings a little torn, but her spirit was unbroken. She had braved the wind and rain, sacrificing herself to save her friends. Mr. Gable knelt down and picked her up with the utmost care, as if he were holding something precious and rare. He looked at Kiki, her frame trembling slightly in his hands, and he knew he was holding a true hero, a kite who had given everything for others. In the days that followed, the community came together to repair the shop. Fresh paint covered the scars and bright decorations filled the windows. The toy shop was not just restored, but transformed, brighter, more welcoming, and filled with a new sense of hope. It became a place where stories of bravery were whispered among the toys, and every visitor could feel the magic in the air. Mr. Gable knew exactly what to do with Kiki. He carefully mended her tears and brushed her tail, then placed her in the front window, right where everyone could see. She was given a place of honor, a spot reserved for the bravest of heroes. Each morning, sunlight streamed through the glass, making Kiki's rainbow tail shimmer and dance. She gazed out at the sky she had once only dreamed of, now knowing its winds and wonders firsthand. Her colors, though faded, glowed with pride and joy.
I never grumbled about her dreams again. Seeing what Kiki had done, I realized that dreams are not just for wishing. They're for doing, for daring, for believing in the impossible. Sometimes it takes a little kite to remind us of that.
That one, Mommy, the one in the window. She looks like she's ready to fly again, like she's waiting for her next big adventure. The one that looks like it knows how to fly, even when the wind is still. I want to be just like her, brave and full of hope.
Kiki's heart swelled with joy as she watched the children's faces light up with wonder. She had become more than just a kite. She was a symbol of courage, a reminder that even the smallest among us can make a difference. She had flown higher than she ever imagined, saved her friends from danger, and proved that dreams are worth chasing. In the darkest night, she had been a light, showing everyone that hope can shine through, no matter how strong the storm. There in the window, Kiki waited patiently for her next adventure. She stood as a beacon of hope for all who passed by, inspiring everyone, young and old, to believe in their dreams and to never be afraid to soar.